Abduction, 2004, is a suspenseful mystery thriller for middle-grade readers by best-selling children's writer Peg Kehret. The story centers on Matt Sholter, a kindergarten-aged boy kidnapped by his biological father, and explores the determination of his family and community as they work tirelessly to bring him home safely. Taking place in the greater Seattle area, Abduction earned the Indiana Young Hoosier Award, the Iowa Children's Choice Award, the Missouri Mark Twain Award, and the South Dakota Prairie Pask Award. It was also chosen by the Junior Library Guild and nominated for an Edgar Allan Poe Award by the Mystery Writers of America. The book seeks to raise awareness about child abduction and safety precautions through its themes of instinct and intuition, hope as strength, and awareness of one's surroundings. Told in a third-person omniscient voice and set in and around Seattle, the narrative begins with Denny Thurman, a volatile gambler with impulsive tendencies and an antisocial personality, as he disguises himself as a UPS worker. His intention is to lure the Sholter's dog, Pookie, from the house and use the dog as bait to kidnap his biological son Matt from school. Denny is the ex-husband of Anita Sholter, their marriage dissolving when she discovered she was pregnant only 3 months after the wedding. Denny, who never cared for children or animals, disappeared without further involvement in Anita's life or with the baby she carried. During his years away, Denny marries twice more, is arrested, relocates multiple times, and remains overwhelmed by debt due to his gambling addiction. His sister Celia repeatedly tries to get him psychiatric help, but even after being diagnosed with an antisocial personality disorder, Denny refuses to believe treatment is necessary. When Celia and her husband Winston imply that Denny is inferior because he has no children, he becomes determined to prove them wrong. He locates his ex-wife, discovers he has a son, and watches Matt outside Jackson School for several days before carrying out his scheme. Still disguised as a UPS driver, he gains entry to the school and encounters Matt in the hallway. Matt hesitates to go with a stranger, but Denny calls him, his mother, and Pookie by name. Claiming Pookie has been severely injured and needs Matt's comfort on the way to the veterinarian, Denny persuades Matt to leave with him. Matt's 13-year-old half-sister, Bonnie, often grows irritated with her kindergarten brother. Because she must watch him until their mother finishes work, she misses trips to the mall with her friend Nancy. Matt eats all the strawberry ice cream, and she tires of always being the catcher when he pitches baseballs. At school, Bonnie and Nancy discuss Bonnie's recurring nightmares, which stem from her fear of suddenly losing Matt, Pookie, or her mother the way she unexpectedly lost her father, Anita's first husband, a firefighter killed when a burning roof collapsed. After their conversation, Bonnie feels an ominous sense of dread. Following school, Bonnie heads to the library to return a book before meeting Matt at the bus line, and during that time, Denny drives off with Matt and Pookie. When Bonnie can't locate Matt in the school or on the bus, she immediately notifies school staff of his disappearance. Her sense of terror deepens as Anita and the police arrive. Meanwhile, Matt realizes Pookie is not hurt and becomes suspicious. Denny convinces him that he is his father by showing identification, but he quickly becomes irritated by Matt's questions and lies about their destination. When Matt insists that he needs a restroom, Denny stops at Merrimore Park, ties Pookie to a post, and abandons him there. He refuses to return even when Matt begs him to go back. Matt understands he made a terrible mistake and that his mother would never have allowed him to leave school with Denny. At Jackson's school, Anita and the police question staff and Bonnie. An Amber Alert is issued, and when Anita and Bonnie return home, they discover Pookie is missing as well. Detective Morrison takes over the investigation. The search begins with calls to local animal shelters and questioning Anita about Denny. Anita insists Denny has no interest in Matt since he left when she was pregnant and never paid child support. Denny takes Matt to his Seattle apartment and showers him with gadgets and gifts. Matt is wary of the violent games and movies, things his mother would forbid. To stop Matt from asking about his mother and sister, Denny lies and says they were killed in a car accident that afternoon. Matt mourns the loss of his family and decides he dislikes Denny, who shows no grief. Denny becomes thrilled at the thought that Celia and Winston might give him money to support Matt, which he could then use to pay gambling debts or gamble more. Anita and Bonnie alert friends and neighbors, urging everyone to watch for Matt. Volunteers search nearby neighborhoods, while Bonnie makes flyers to distribute at stores and around town. She emails everyone on her mother's contact list. Media coverage expands rapidly, renewing Bonnie's hope that Matt and Pookie will be found. Missing Matt terribly, she regrets every irritation she ever felt toward him. In Marymore Park, Fred and Ruth Faulkner, a couple in their 70s, find Pookie without a collar and adopt him. They skip the news for days while enjoying walks with the dog, unaware he belongs to the missing boy. As time passes, food deliveries flood Bonnie's home. She cries, believing meals mean condolences, but Anita explains it's the community showing support. When no new evidence appears, the Amber Alert is lifted, media attention declines, and Bonnie feels hopeless. Fred and Ruth finally see a news update, recognize Pookie, and return him to Anita and Bonnie. As Matt spends more time with Denny, he becomes accustomed to Denny's unpredictable moods, which shift based on whether he wins or loses his bets. After a big win, Denny surprises Matt with tickets to a Saturday baseball game. On the day of the game, he dyes Matt's hair and forces him to wear a disguise. Bonnie attends the same game with friends from the track team and notices a boy in the stands who reminds her of Matt. Though circumstances suggest otherwise, she follows her intuition and searches the section. Denny leaves the game early after receiving a threatening call from a man collecting a debt. Desperate, he plans to bring Matt to Celia and Winston sooner than intended. As they exit the stadium, Bonnie spots them and secretly follows. Her presence is revealed when Matt calls her name. Denny kidnaps Bonnie too, threatening her with a concealed gun so she cannot escape. During the trip to Winston and Celia, Bonnie attempts to alert multiple people: the police, women in a restroom, a hostess, teen boys in a car, the ticket attendant, and 2 men on the ferry, but no one believes her or intervenes. On board the ferry, Bonnie gives Matt a souvenir baseball she purchased at the Mariners Stadium. During the crossing to Bainbridge Island, Denny decides Bonnie is too dangerous to his plan. Holding her at gunpoint, he forces her toward the back of the boat, intending to shoot her so her body will fall into the water. In a desperate final move, Bonnie shouts, "Zinger!" the secret word she and Matt use when he must throw his fastest pitch. Matt responds with a throw that hits Denny squarely on the neck. Denny drops the gun, clutching his injury. As he lunges at Bonnie, Matt calls for help. Several adults intervene and restrain Denny. He is arrested, and Matt and Bonnie are safely reunited with Anita and Pookie. The community celebrates their return, and the uplifting news airs on every local station that night. Those who ignored or dismissed Bonnie and Matt's pleas are stunned and guilt-ridden. Bonnie's nightmares fade, and when Nancy invites her to the mall, Bonnie happily chooses instead to spend time with her little brother, no longer resenting the responsibility of watching Matt after school. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.